We are just doing a quick little check-in and talking just about Opportunity Fund and what's going on, helping the community kind of understand it a little bit better. Because it's a big, huge pivot for the North Shore Schools Foundation. You know, 5 years ago, we weren't doing backpacks for kids, or 6 years ago, that was actually out of our hands at that point too. So we weren't really doing anything directly for students. And then over the last 6 years, we've made some massive pivots based on what you guys have said you needed, right? This is the thing. So this is the time of year where we're just talking about Opportunity Fund. We're trying to make sure that we have money for you guys next year. We want to make sure that we can tell you about a budget and all that kind of stuff. Beth?
Yeah, I know for us too, this has been such a big relief for families. I mean, for them to feel like somebody out there understands what they're going through and is willing to help. It's just amazing how our students and families have reacted to this.
Oh yeah,
They're so grateful for everything. And it really does help them then be able to focus on coming to school every day, which for us, that's the goal.
Yeah. When I follow up with them to make sure they got their cards, they're always just so appreciative and thankful. And I like to follow up too, because then I can say, how are you doing now? Are things better? Where are you at? And half the time it is, and half the time it's not. And so then we work on other resources and what they need and helping them with that next barrier that they have. So
I guess the thing I want to say about basic needs aid versus Opportunity Fund is when we talk to the community, I want to make sure that the community knows, like to Heather's point, basic needs aid is it happens to anyone. You know, that one time when you didn't work all your hours that month and your car you get a car crash and you're like, wait a second, yet last week I was writing donation checks. What? You know,
right.
this is our community. I mean, we all live here. This is our life, and our friends and our family. That's what can really happen. And so we'd like to designate it and say it so that people remember this is for you. Like, we do this for you, regular old you. You don't, and so many people are prideful, and we love that. I love the self efficacy and the way that people really have pride and continue to say we can do it ourselves. But we're here to help.
I don't know. I've thought about this a lot. I mean, I do wake up at night thinking about our families and, you know, how we can help them get back on their feet and just, you know, live life without needing any help at all. I think that this time right now is really tough. And like I said, I think it will be, but I see a future where it won't be, you know, something that people need continuously or even once, you know, because they'll have jobs, they'll have a place to live, they'll have, you know, the things that they need, you know, to be able to sustain them. So right now, we talk about every single kid in our school and what they're doing and how they're doing and how we can help in any way, whether it's to, you know, provide information where they can go to get, you know, housing support and all that kind of stuff. And that has helped. But I just see right now, it's not done yet.
In listening to him today, I think it's kind of twofold in the sense that we're not really sure what the opportunity gap is going to look like. I think in a year or two, because COVID has hit in a way that we have never seen, right? And so I think there's a lot of unknowns still from my perspective and what, you know, kiddos are going to need or families are going to need. But at the same time, we have been taught a lesson about things that really do work well and that we could, right? How many families could shift to be some type of homeschooling and remote learning opportunities, or how can technology shift the way in which students learn that offer more opportunity for families to be blended or for kiddos to do different things? And so that's been an interesting perspective, because there's been that whole large group of learners that have done really well in remote learning environments. And there's kiddos that have really flourished, and then there's kiddos that have not. So some of that has been identified, and it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out from the opportunity gap perspective.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I think for me, I've spent a lot of time this year just literally buying groceries for people. And that would be my happy world, would be that everybody has enough to eat. Everybody has a place to sleep at night, and not, you know, 10 people literally in one room, you know, that kind of thing. yeah, it's heartbreaking sometimes. And I think though that that's helped me to be able to, we've always talked about the story behind, the person, because you can look at that person and everything looks fine, everything looks great, perfect. But then when you delve a little bit deeper, you see, the little cracks here and there, and you see what they need, even though they won't ask you because they're proud, and they're embarrassed in many ways. So, but yeah, it's, to be honest, there have been days when I just cried when I went to somebody's home and I knew that they didn't have food for the weekend. And when I called and said, I'm coming over, I'm buying your groceries. And they're like, oh, okay, like they're shocked by it. But at the same time, when they start talking to you and telling you that, yeah, they were just going to wait till their check comes on, Monday afternoon, and that's it. And I'm like, I'm crying because this is just awful to me that somebody doesn't have enough to eat. So I thank you guys.
Well, again, we're just grateful to be the bridge. We're not, everything from the foundation is coming from a person, someone's watching, someone's not watching. So we're so grateful. I just appreciate all of you. I appreciate you taking time. I know it's a busy time, and happy May, and we can't wait to be hanging out with you doing some backpacks or school supplies soon.
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
And all the things. Okay. Bye, everybody. Thank you.